Good afternoon, it's Leanne Peters here. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. Oh, we have a visitor. Hello. This is Puss, and Puss has popped in to say hello while we create a space of healing or some time of healing and support today. It's been, I don't know how long since I've done one of these videos, which is actually a bit sad because I was doing them fairly often, sometimes daily, so it feels good to be back to create a space of healing and support for you. So welcome. I want to send out an extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light family, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. My plan, my intention, is to hang around here for about the next 10 or 15 minutes or so. I'm going to pull a healing energy card for us all, and we'll talk about that card a bit, and then I'll go into playing the Chakra Chimes. So I'll play these babies, and then I'll pull a card to go. So that is my plan, my intention. So I trust that you're well. How are things flowing for you? I trust that things are moving nicely for you and you're keeping or maintaining your balance, which is a bit tricky, I think, at the moment. There's a lot going on, isn't there, that it's quite tricky to constantly keep in check of our balance. I find for me, balance is something I need to, my personal balance, I need to sort of check in and stay super aware of myself, mentally, emotionally, physically, and how I'm going and how I'm interacting with different facets of my life. And if things get a bit busy, I can sort of neglect that awareness for a few days, and sometimes without that awareness we can slip out of balance without realizing it. So I think it's it's a bit extra tricky to hold our balance right now. So hopefully you're holding yours, and if not, then, and you recognise you're out of balance, hopefully you can take some steps to get back into balance. I think actually this might be why I'm here. This might be why I'm here, because, and it's not about you, it's about me. I think I am here to check in with my state of balance, because things have been so crazy busy. There's just been other things happening, and even though I've kept my self-care up, I've been resting when I can in between things and things like this, I think I am here because I feel like I need to have this check-in, and maybe because I need to have this check-in, maybe you do too. So maybe it's no accident that we happen to be connecting or reconnecting in this way, because it's been a while since I've connected in this way. So I'm thinking of this as a reconnection of sorts, a reconnection with ourselves. So a reconnection with myself, that's myself with me, and hopefully a reconnection of yourself with you. So I'm coming to you live from Tasmania, Australia. It is Saturday the 16th, I think, of April, and it's exactly 4:37 p.m. I don't usually come to you in the PM, but I am today. So let's see. I'm going to grab a card and see which is the best card that the majority of us need at this time as we prepare to go into time with the singing bell. Sorry, not the singing bell, with the Chakra Chimes. Actually, I was just thinking, which is probably why I said the wrong thing, was that I wanted to have a shout out in the comments. So I'll do that now before I pull a card. So I want to say hello to Kogi, welcome, and Lawrence. Hello Fiona and Kimberly, and Lindsay's here. Hi Jeff and Angelica, beautiful name. Thank you. Chantel, welcome. And Jackie, welcome to you too. Thanks Lindsay. Okay. I trust that you've been led here for a reason, and I trust that something shared will help you and support you at this time. So as always, please take on board what feels right and what resonates and what fits into your life easily and how you feel. The things that seem like I'm speaking directly to you, please pay attention to those things. So these are my healing energy cards. They're healing energy cards 1 and 2 deck, which are templates, because I'm just finalising these, getting ready for printing as soon as possible. So the best healing energy card that the majority of us need as we move into time with the singing, the Chakra Chimes, is this card here. It's card 102. So this is from the Healing Energy Cards number 2 deck, and it's called Sword of Truth. It's in the neutral or growth category, and down here it says the safety of the truth. The safety of the truth. This is not revenge, attack, or sinking to low levels of bitterness. It is about honesty, patience, responsibility, and courage. The safety of the sword, the safety of truth. It's interesting, isn't it, how I've had a recent, a couple of weeks ago, an incident in the family, sort of extended family sort of thing, where the truth that I was speaking and others were speaking weren't listened to by a certain patriarch in the family. And it was interesting and really difficult that this person did not hear or want to hear the truth. So I think sometimes there is safety in the truth, and I would always, like, truth is super important to me, so I'm not going to jeopardize that for anything. So I could not be anything other than what I feel to be true and authentic at the time. But it's interesting when you're faced with another person, especially someone you sort of look up to, who can't hear the truth, even if it's coming from several people. And yet it's interesting because the scenario turned out, or the situation turned out, where that person ended up believing the truth anyway. But it's an interesting thing, isn't it? The safety of the truth and holding true in situations, but I feel like especially true to ourselves. But how can we be true to ourselves if we don't know who we are? So sometimes I suppose it's difficult to feel the safety of truth, or the safety of the sword of truth, if we don't know who we are, because how can we be our truth if we don't know what our truth is? So in some ways this feels to me like a stripping back and getting to know who we are and who we've become. We might know who we used to be. And it's interesting sitting here now, it must be over a month since I've done a support healing video like this. It's been quite some time for someone that was doing it several times a week, and this sense of reconnection that I'm feeling here. But I feel like as I sit here and reconnect with you for this support video, that things have changed. Things have changed. Maybe things for you have changed about who you are and what your truth is and what's important to you. I know for me, things have changed for me. I feel like a different person sitting here compared to who I was a month ago. So I feel like there is this evolution, like this evolving change, this evolving truth that is coming to the forefront right now. It's very interesting. Hello. So I'd like to play the chimes today and hold the space for us to maybe give thought to or consideration in a way of reconnecting with who we've become, who we are today, the truth of who we are today. Do we still think that we're the same person we were a month or 2 months or 6 months or maybe 12 months ago? How much have we changed recently? So, oh, hello. Puss is still sitting here. She's like my little shadow today. So I've got my chakra chimes, which I think may be in order. So excuse the ratty box, but these are my chakra chimes. They sound like this. It's beautiful. So I'm going to play the chakra chimes, and I want to really encourage us if it resonates with you, to think about how you can use this time, these 5 minutes or so, to reconnect with who you've become today. Sometimes that includes a grief or letting go of who we used to be. And there is different situations that we go through in life that call us to be different versions of ourselves. Like for a whole month back in February, being vice president in the band, I had to become suddenly a manager of a dispute and gather information, all this sort of stuff that I've never ever had to do before. But that particular situation that lasted 4 weeks called a part of me forward that I've never had to summon before. So that's just a little example, but there's different things that happen in life that summon different parts of us forward. Sometimes we step into a role of care and support for someone that we love who's struggling. Sometimes we're called into maybe managing a situation or running something, or, so life calls us different parts and versions of ourselves forward. Who are you calling forward today? And what part of us do we need to say goodbye to that maybe we summoned recently and that situation has now passed? So there is this feeling of saying goodbye, feeling gratitude for these old versions of ourselves, but really thinking about how to reconnect with or establish a connection with who we've become today. So I'm going to play the Chakra Chimes. There's nothing you can do wrong, just take some big breaths and listen to the sound of the Chakra Chimes and see what they do to support you and hold you in your body, in your breath, in your heart. See what you need from the Chakra Chimes and breathe that energy in to support you to whatever it is that you need right now. So, take a big breath. I'm going to start with the heart, as pretty much always. Let's take some nice big breaths. This is time for you. Nice big breath. I'm just finishing up now. Nice big breath. So who have you become? Who have you become today in this very moment? Who are you now? If you want to, if you're inspired to, you may want to get out your journal in the next day or so. Really sit with yourself and ask yourself, who are you today? Who have you become at this very moment in your life? And it's really important when we do those types of connections that we're really super honest with ourselves and see ourselves as objectively as we can. It's beautiful. I trust you enjoyed the Chakra Chimes. And if you just joined in, I was playing the Chakra Chimes with this card in mind, which is the Sword of Truth. So this is about the safety of the truth, the safety of the sword. Not revenge, not attack, not sinking to low levels of revenge, but honesty, patience, responsibility, courage, and ultimately truth. So I'm feeling excited to get out my journal when I finish here, and I'm going to really sit with myself and think on and feel upon who I have become, especially with all that's happened and all that the chaos and all the different roles that I've been called to be and do in these last few months. So that's what I'm going to do. So I am going to pull a card to go. Before I do, thank you so much for joining me today. It's lovely to reconnect with you in this way. If you have enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment or share if you're inspired to. And if you would love to connect more privately, please send us a message through our website. If you would love to learn more about me and the work I do at Temple of Balance, please visit templeofbalance.com.au. If you want to watch more of my videos, please have a look in the video tab on my Facebook page or the video tab on my website. So let's look for the best card to go. So this is a really important card. We've connected in these minutes and moments that we've spent together, and well, hopefully you've connected. I've certainly connected as best as I can. Now I want to look for the best card that we need to move forward from here. So what do we need to know about what's next? How can we carry this feeling that we feel, so this feeling I have right now, the feeling you have right now, how can we carry this into our everyday life so it means something? So what do we need to know about what's next? How can we carry this energy into our life when we turn this off shortly? So the best card for what's next is, and I've got very dirty nails. I was doing our art class yesterday and used a lot of black pastel. So see, I've got very pastel-y fingers. This is our card. The cat is still here. We have this. Okay. Card 21, called Third Eye Opening. It's in the Rise category. And down here it says, deep opening and healing of the third eye chakra and trust issues. Awakening intuition, trust in the flow of life, and trust in self. Open and expand. So trusting in ourselves. So this is interesting when I've been talking about the truth of who we are, who we've become, also parts of our life in recent months, perhaps, or weeks for some of us, that have called and summoned parts of versions of ourselves forward, that we've had to be this version of ourselves that we may not usually be. But the part of this card that really stands out is that sense of trusting in ourselves. So how much or how little do you trust in yourself right now? trusting in yourself in regards to your intuition, the decisions that you make, the choices that you make in life. Maybe how much do you trust where you find yourself now? Do you think on some level that you've taken a wrong path, you've taken a wrong turn, or you're going backwards, or things weren't supposed to be like they are now? Because if that's a space that you're in, it typically means that we're not really trusting in what's led us to here and where we find ourselves today. Can you trust in who you are? So there's a sense here too that the truth of who we are and the truth of who we've become, as well as how much or how little or any sort of level in between of how much we trust ourselves, is coming up really powerfully in this connection today. And really trust and truth, we can think of them going hand in hand. Can we really know who we are if we're not trusting in ourselves? And vice versa. So our third eye chakra opening. So this is really highlighting that energy of trust, trusting in ourselves, trusting in our intuition, and especially trusting in our journey right now and the path that we're taking. This almost feels like we're crossing a calm lake or a calm river or something to get to this island here on the other side. So it almost feels like a journey that we're being called to, or that we're taking, that's going right here into our third eye chakra. And finding peace, it feels, with our journey right now. And if we can't find peace with our journey right now, what do we need to release? Or what do we need to heal? What do we need to let go of so that we can feel that sense of connection and trust and acceptance with where we find ourselves in our life at this time? So we're on a journey, and that journey is not stopping now. It continues on, and it meanders around all sorts of twists and turns and situations and moments and parts of ourselves that are summoned to be, to come forward, and it continues. So yeah, I feel like I really want to just take these moments to stop and connect with myself. Who have I become? And also really think about whether I genuinely feel like I trust in my path right now or not. And the cat is still here. Do you want to say goodbye? Come on. She won't turn around and she's very heavy. So from us, we send our love from our heart, from this heart-shaped island. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will do my best. I might try and pop in again tomorrow and make a new habit or a new dedication to bring some support videos through. So I will see you when I see you next. Take care of yourself, and hopefully you've received some food for thought that you can connect with in your own way. So have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for connecting, and sending you loads of love from my heart to yours. Namaste. Namaste means that the divine, the creator in me, honours and acknowledges the divine, the creator within you. We are equal. We are one. Thank you for being who you are. Namaste.